Hi, I'm Cam. I'm your corporate auntie, and today we're talking interviews. If my dog could just behave for 2 minutes. Sis, can you share what the objectives of each interview stage is? For example, first interview is competency, second interview is technical, third cultural fit, especially at senior levels. That's a great question, but unfortunately, every single company has its own process. Most of them start with a pre-screening, so they'll call you just to establish whether or not you know what it is that they're looking for, and you can back up what you're talking about, but they don't go into detail. Most interviews, it's between you, HR, and the hiring manager. That's like a typical process, but it really ranges. I wish I could tell you that when it comes to interviews, it's a one size fits all. But unfortunately, each company, each industry, I can't even say each industry, each company has its own interview process. I always say it's best to go on the company's careers page or go on to a platform like Glassdoor, where they go into details regarding people's experiences. Reddit is also another good platform, especially if you're dealing with international firms, to see how those interview processes are like. Google and ChatGPT could also be your friend in terms of trying to establish a specific company's interview process. Yeah, it really does range. Some companies don't even do assessments. Some companies don't do aptitude tests. Some companies don't assess culture fit. It's part of HR screening. Other companies take culture fit so seriously that nobody in your department will be interviewing you for that particular phase. They'll get other people within the organization to see if they gel with you. And believe it or not, a lot of people fail the culture fit.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Interview, it's the craziest thing, but it's such a real thing. So it really does range from company to company, but I think the one stage that you will definitely go through is a screening stage where a recruiter will probably either call you or do an interview with you online. And that's anything between 15 to like 45 minutes. And then the other one is the interview with the hiring manager, and sometimes you'll find that the relevant people are in the room during that session, so you don't have to go back for another interview. So honestly, it does depend. Then there's assessments, and even then with the assessments, as I did share in this particular video, some of them will send you an assessment, you fail, that's it. They probably send you an email, if they even have the courtesy of sending you an email. Others will send through an assessment and say, okay, please do come through. During your technical interview, you will then be reporting on these findings. And then others will say, hey, do a 16 personalities test, which is like a free test on the internet that then gives you your personality type, like ENFJ, which I personally find interesting. So if you do want to do that in your own space, I think it would be a nice test for you to do in your own capacity. I'll post up the link, but it helps you in terms of your strengths and weaknesses for when people ask you these questions during interviews, and you can better articulate what your strengths and weaknesses are. Obviously tweak them and personalize them towards you, but I think it's a nice test to help you articulate how the world perceives you in terms of your strengths and weaknesses and your areas of competency. And in closing, I wish I had better answers for you, my love, but it is tough. But long answer short, just check on their website if they have it, and if not, check Glassdoor, Reddit, as well as the internet for that information. Bye.